Hola amigos y amigas, you are now with Jocelyn y como siempre, I am so grateful you are here. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back, and if you are new here, welcome as well. If you enjoy lifestyle, spirituality, self-development, journaling, and all of that good stuff, then make sure to click subscribe so you don't miss out on any of my weekly videos and you join in on this beautiful, growing community. This is our weekly energy reading for the week ahead, where we are gaining a deeper understanding and higher conscious awareness of the overall energy for this upcoming week, with the intention for us to remain in alignment with our higher selves and navigate it as our higher selves. This upcoming week is a significant week, and truly all weeks are significant if you allow them to be so. But this upcoming week, we have Mercury Retrograde coming up, that is commencing on May 10th, and we also have the total lunar eclipse in Scorpio taking place on May 15th, May 16th, depending on where it is that you are in the world. So if you have felt internal shifts, external shifts taking place in your life that have felt significant, that have felt noticeable, that have felt pivotal, then know that you are probably already experiencing the energy of the Mercury retrograde as well as the total lunar eclipse in Scorpio. And Scorpio is the sign of transformation. Scorpio is the sign of confronting your shadows. Scorpio is the sign of being deeply introspective and having deep conversations, exploring taboo topics that normally aren't really touched on. So I'm excited to see what comes up in this reading. I set the intention and I dedicate that the messages from this reading are dedicated to the healing, the awakening, the goodness, the clarity, the well-being of all beings in all places. I have already cleansed myself and cleansed my space. I do have the window open because I smudged, and I would like all the smudging to continue to be released outdoors. It's also a beautiful day, but disclaimer that I do live in the city, so if there are any noises, neighborly noises, helicopters, etc., I set the intention that we will remain centered and grounded throughout this reading. Okay, if you'd like to grab a journal, writing materials for you to write down any messages that really resonate with you, then go ahead and grab your writing materials. If you'd like to center yourself so you are opening yourself up to receive. And remember to take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And thank you so much for being here. I truly am so honored to be a guide and to possibly channel and relay messages that you may resonate with and may bring forth clarity for you in your journey. Let's get into it, because I have a feeling like this reading is going to have some messages for us. We have a lot coming up, a lot going on, and it's time for us to get grounded, for us to gain clarity. So let's do it. Let's do it. What is the overall energy for this upcoming week? What is the overall energy for this upcoming week? Are there any other messages for the collective that you would like for me to relay? Any other messages for the collective that you would like for the collective to know at this time as we approach Mercury retrograde, as we approach the total lunar eclipse in Scorpio? What would you like for the collective to know? What would you like for the collective to know? Any last message? Okay, there's quite a bit, y'all. We already got some messages here that came up as I was prepping for this reading. This is a lot. So I'm not going to get too deep into them, but I have a feeling like this reading is intending to reach a lot of people. So here we go, y'all. Let's get into this. Earth Guardian, to stay rooted and grounded. This is an incredibly important time for us to be grounding ourselves, for us to be really integrating and prioritizing grounding practices that keep us centered in the truth, that don't have us feeling disheveled and all over the place and freaking out. Because with the retrograde, with Mercury retrograde, and also with the lunar eclipse, a lot is going to feel shaken up. A lot is going to feel out of place, like it's changing, shifting, moving, like it's out of our control. So it's important for us to be mindful of what it is we do have control of, and for us to be grounding ourselves in those truths, right? For us to not be overpowered by overthinking, by anxiety, by doubt, by worry, stress, etc. And for us to really be rooted. So take a moment to ask yourself, what values, what beliefs am I deeply rooting myself in? And really allow those values and beliefs to come to the forefront this upcoming week and ground yourself in them. Make them a priority, repeat them, affirm them, remind yourself of them consistently. We also got the water guardian to connect with your emotions. And I'm not surprised that this card came up because Scorpio is a water sign. And we are going to feel, full moons are intense as they are. And full moons are always calling us towards being in tune with our emotions, connecting with our emotions, understanding what our emotional state of being currently is. But with it being a lunar eclipse, it's going to be even more intense. And with it being in Scorpio, like, I don't know about you, and if you've been tracking your lunations and how they impact you, but full moons or just moons in Scorpio just always have me feeling some kind of way. And so just know, that if emotions arise, and they are going to, don't fear them. Don't fear them. Don't shut the door. Don't slam it. Don't, close the windows out of fear. This is really a week for us to be mindful of, like, am I moving? Am I acting from a place of fear, or am I acting from a place of love, right? That's why it's important for us to be mindful of what it is that we are grounded and rooted in. We have to ground ourselves. Well, we don't have to, it's on you, right? But it's important for us to be grounded in love, to be rooted in love, so that we are acting from a place of love. And so when we are acting from a place of fear, when we're rooted and grounded in fear subconsciously, right, unintentionally, we will be afraid of our emotions that will arise this upcoming week. We will be afraid of the retrograde and the eclipse. But when we're rooted and grounded in truth, in love, in openness, in the divine, we will welcome our emotions, because we know that our emotions are integral for our healing journey, our awakening journey. Our emotions are teachers. They let us know what is going on within, right? They are teaching us what it is that is triggering us, that we need to heal. They are revealing what it is that we need to heal. Our emotions are so incredibly important. And it's time that we start healing our relationship with them, right? I feel like emotions have such a bad rep in this society, in this culture, in this programming, this conditioning that we've integrated. And we now need to uproot and really start forming that bond, that trustworthy relationship with our emotions, and connect with them, right? So allow your emotions, whatever arises. Make some tea, open the door, welcome it in, right? Really create this comfortable, safe space for you to converse with your emotions, for you to get to know your emotions. And know that you are not alone, right? Your guardian angel is here with you. Your higher self is here with you. You are not alone in this journey. Recently, I read this passage that said that when we feel loneliness is a forgetting. We are forgetting that we are not alone. We have to remember, come back to the remembrance that all of life is bigger than us, bigger than what is in front of us, bigger than us in this body. We are more than this body. We are more than what we see in front of us. There is so much divinity taking place. All that is in divine order, all that is moving and shifting that we're not seeing in front of us, that is taking place, but is working in our favor, that is for our highest good. So know that what is in front of you isn't the whole story. Know that this body that you're in isn't the whole story. You are an expansive being. You are a limitless light full of abundance. And you are not alone. You are not just the humanness. You are not just surrounded by it is not only humans that inhabit this divine space of being, this earth, this universe, right? It's very closed-minded of us to think that it is only the humans, the animals. There are other divine beings, and we are not alone. And they are very supportive. They are very encouraging, and they are here. So call them in if you want protection, if you want guidance, if you want intervention, if you want love, if you want presence. Call in your guardian angels. Affirm your angels, the sacred ones, your spirit team, your guides. Affirm them. Affirm that you want them in your life. Affirm that you want their presence, that you want their affirmations, confirmations, guidance. It's also a time for us to be shedding old skin, right? We've got major snake energy taking place this upcoming week with the retrograde shaking things up, with the retrograde bringing us into a moment of stillness as well, because retrogrades are a time where there isn't that forward motion like there was prior, right? It's kind of like a halt in some way, shape, or form, but we can use that to our advantage, right? Because when you think of when the caterpillar goes into transformation to become the butterfly, it is in a state of complete stillness. It's not moving, it's not doing all of these things. It is allowing the transformation to completely take place as it is in stillness. It is trusting the process as it has its eyes closed in the cocoon, and it's not seeing everything that's going on. It's experiencing these major mental, physical, spiritual changes, right? It is in that retrograde like energy that may feel stagnant, but is actually very progressive. So again, Scorpio being the sign of transformation, and this being a very intense, full moon, because it's actually a lunar eclipse, y'all, you just know that the transformations taking place this upcoming week are divine, and they are meant to be. And it's time for us to be shedding our old skin. It's time for us to be releasing, letting go, not holding on. And you may find it easier to release this upcoming week. You may find yourself feeling more willing to finally just let go and surrender to the divine, surrender to the process, to your transformation, right? To the unknowns. Right? So allow that to take place. Allow that to take place. We've got a few more here. Quickly gonna get into them. We've got the Shield Maiden to make plans and focus, right? As you are in this, retrograde energy of kind of, being in that stillness. Take advantage of the stillness and really be mindful of where it is you are placing your attention, what it is that you are focusing on, because again, what you focus on, where you are placing your attention, is where energy is flowing, where energy is growing and cultivating. So, if you are inspired, if you do feel inspired to make plans, if you do have an aha moment, if you do feel like you've gained some clarity on your direction, then feel free to start making some plans. Make a little, map out your direction and what it is that you are gaining clarity on. Okay? And it doesn't have to be anything extensive. Your plan doesn't have to be specifically detailed, but just planting the seeds, just writing down and affirming the clarity that you are gaining, and affirming to yourself of what it is that you are feeling called to invest in. If it's coming up, take advantage of it and make those plans and stay focused. We've also got hold the space, right? Holding that space, holding that cocoon for yourself to transform, to change, to shed the skin, right? When a snake is shedding skin, it's not, going crazy and moving and shifting. It's moving slower because it's shedding that skin, and it's slowly shedding it, little by little. And it is that time to have that druid energy of holding the safe space, holding the space for transformation, holding the space for clarity, holding the space for stillness, holding the space for self and turning inward and being introspective and checking in with yourself. We've got follow the voice of your soul, the ancestor. We've got the star ancestor energy, which, again, this is really a beautiful time for us to be calling in our loving ancestors, to be calling in our spirit team, our guides, sacred ones, angels, for divine protection, for divine guidance, for divine intervention in our lives. So, again, following the voice of your soul, following the voice of spirit, of the divine, and allowing that to be your North Star. The way that I see eclipses is like, that light of the sun. In this case, we had the solar eclipse, we got eclipsed of the light of the sun that we're so dependent on. In the lunar eclipse, we're going to be eclipsed. We're going to be experiencing a shutdown, right? The valve, let's say like the light of the moon is a valve and it's being shut off. It's going to be cut off for a moment during the eclipse, and we're not going to be receiving the light of the moon that guides us, that moves us. And it's calling us to turn inward into our own inner moon. That is the way that I perceive eclipses, as a time for us to turn inward and rely on our own inner sun, inner North Star, inner moon, inner guidance. So be mindful this week of what it is that is guiding you. What is your North Star? What is your sun, your moon that is leading the way? We've also, lastly but not leastly, got the great teacher to learn from spiritual experiences. Really, y'all, if you find yourself in this spiritual path, and I'm sure you do because you're watching this reading, this is really a beautiful time for us, again, to be holding the space to experience these spiritual experiences and to call them in and to welcome them. Because I'm telling you, it's very strong at this time. Like, your ancestors are close, your angels are close, your spirit guides are close, your spirit team is very, very close. And they want to connect with you. They want to guide you. They want to protect you. And they are. But you holding the space, you affirming them, you opening up your receptivity to receive them is only going to make the bond stronger, is only going to make the guidance clearer, right? So if you were to take on the perspective that everything in your life is a spiritual experience, every moment, every situation, every person is a spiritual teacher, imagine the lessons that you would learn, the spiritual experiences that you would have, the progression that you would have in your spiritual journey. Okay, should any challenges or obstacles arise this upcoming week, all right, these messages, they're coming up. They're coming up and they're clear and they are here. And there's quite a bit. So again, let's get into this. We've got community, and we've got the butterfly here too, just affirming that we are indeed in a time of transformation, and we are in a time to be aligning with a community of folks who are also experiencing transformation, right? When you do transformed from the caterpillar to the butterfly, and you shed the skin, and you've taken on this new form of your higher self. Allow yourself to align with a community of people who also have experienced that shedding of skin, who have experienced that transformation into their higher potentials, into their higher selves. And allow yourself to experience community, because we are not meant to be journeying this life alone, right? There are seasons that are meant to be journeyed alone, but this life as a whole is not meant to be journeyed alone. And it's really beautiful and really healing when we allow ourselves to experience community. So should any challenges or obstacles arise this upcoming week, again, remind yourself that you're not alone. So sometimes our community, this could not only be referring to our human community, but also to our natural community, the plants, the trees, the flowers, the animals, the hummingbirds, the birds, our spirit team. This is we're all in commune, we're all in community with each other. So just remind yourself again that you are not alone, right? That you are not alone, and that you are in community, that community is available to you. We've also got wisdom, right? And I feel like a lot of our wisdom is going to come from us connecting with our emotions. So tune into your wisdom. Take advantage of the wisdom that you have gained, that is available to you at this time. When you are experiencing challenging situations, when you feel like you're experiencing obstacles, tune into your inner wisdom. Tune into your inner guide. Tune into your emotions, because your emotions carry a lot of wisdom. A lot of wisdom. We've also got protection, right? Again, we've got the guardian angel that is guarding you, that is protecting you, right? Call on your protection, your divine protection, when you feel like you are experiencing challenges or obstacles. And also call on your star, the star ancestor energy, the energy of being guided, of having that guidance, following really the voice of your soul, of your spirit. When you feel like you need protection, when you feel like you need some next steps of where it is you need to go, and just know that you are protected along the way in this journey of transformation, of shedding your skin, in this season of unknowns. Know that you are protected. You are protected, right? And again, it is important that we are affirming the divine protection over our lives, and that we are tuning into trust, right? Part of us strengthening our bond with our spirit guides, with our team, is for us to trust them, for us to trust that we are protected, for us to trust that we are divinely guided, for us to trust our wisdom, for us to trust that we're not alone, for us to trust our emotions, for us to trust that all is well. It's important that we are grounding and rooting ourselves in trust, especially during challenging and, difficult times and seasons, and in these moments of transformation and transition. Trust that all is happening as it should, that what is meant for you will not miss you, and that all is happening in divine timing. We've also got taking risks. Now, some may say that during a retrograde, it's not a time necessarily to be taking risks. It's more so a time for you to be still, right? Again, that energy of stillness, of, moving at a slower pace. But sometimes, when a challenge or an obstacle arises, it is a calling to take a risk, to do something different. And sometimes when we choose different, and sometimes allowing ourselves, choosing to allow ourselves to transform into a new version of us, choosing to experience something different can feel like we are taking a risk, right? Can feel like a challenge, and can feel like an obstacle too. But sometimes, it's on us to practice discernment But this is just an affirmation confirmation that for some of you, this is actually a time to take a risk. This is actually a time to choose something differently, to take a different path, to choose a different you. And it may feel risky, it may come with some sacrifices, it may feel challenging, obstacles may arise in that journey, but this is the time, again, to shed old skin. We're stepping into this week is a portal that we're stepping into, that is gifting us the stillness, that is gifting us the space, that is gifting us the eclipse, the Scorpio energy of turning inward, of confronting the truth, and of allowing ourselves to be shed, to burn into the ashes, and then to ascend into the phoenix. But we're not going to ascend into the phoenix, into our higher selves, into our higher potentials, if we don't allow ourselves to shed, if we don't allow ourselves to burn to ashes, if we don't allow ourselves to release, to take risks, and to take a leap of faith into the unknown. Again, we're just being affirmed that this is a time of stillness. This is a time where we are moving at a slower pace. And we're being affirmed that there is freedom, that we are being liberated, that us shedding our old skin, that us experiencing this transformation is us being freed from the past, us being freed from old cycles. These challenges, these obstacles that you feel may be arising in your life are just intending you. They're just like popping up as divine intervention, as divine guidance that are redirecting you. And you may not know where you're being redirected to, but just know that you are being directed to freedom. You are being directed to liberation. So trust that. Trust that. Oh man, it is going to be a week. What do we focus on healing this upcoming week? What do we focus on healing this upcoming week? What do we focus on healing this upcoming week as we approach the retrograde, Mercury retrograde, and the lunar eclipse in Scorpio? What do we focus on healing this upcoming week? Any other messages for the collective on what to focus on healing? What would you like to tell the collective to focus on healing? What would you like to tell the collective to focus on healing? What would you like to tell the collective to focus on healing? Anything else? Any other message? Okay. The first one we got is a new day. Here we are being continuously affirmed throughout this reading that we are approaching the freedom of a new day. We are shedding skin. We are shedding the old. We are... Where's the butterflies that came up? Okay, anyways. But y'all, it's a new day, right? This week is that week where we are stepping into the newness. We're stepping into the new cycles. We're stepping into step one, right? And often it is the very end. It is the very end of our transformative journey that can be the most challenging, that can be the most difficult, that can really test our faith and our trust and our patience. But now is not the time to give up, because we are about to experience a new day, a new self, and it is going to be incredibly healing and incredibly worth it. I mentioned this in, I believe, not my last energy reading, but in the journaling prompts for the solar eclipse that I shared, which, by the way, you can totally still watch and tune into and journal. But I mentioned that in indigenous culture, eclipses are a time of transformation. They are a time to remain calm and to be in a meditative state, really focusing on and affirming the renewal, affirming the rebirth. It is not a time to fear. And it is believed that those who fear during a time of eclipses are those who have done something wrong. But again, this is a time to be calm, and this is a time to also be in deep reverence and to honor the deaths, honor the rebirth, honor the transformative life and death cycle that is taking place, that is underway, because it is incredibly sacred. So be honored to transform. Be honored to allow death to take place in your life, internally and externally, so that you may be reborn, so that you may be renewed, so that you may heal and experience a new day, a new life, a new cycle, new experiences, new growth, new lessons, new relationships, new art, new creativity, new inspirations, right? You are worthy of that. We also got healing feminine energy. Feminine energy is incredibly healing at this time. And feminine energy is also the energy of the water guardian. It is a Scorpio energy. It is the energy that is encouraging you to connect with your emotions, right? We've got water, Scorpio, femininity that is always in a state of flow, that embodies that water-like energy of not being stagnant, of trusting the divine, of being in faith that all is well, of being in tune with your spirit, of being in tune with your emotions and allowing yourself to feel the motions, right? Tap into your inner feminine. We've also got the reunion of souls. You may find yourself reuniting with your soul family as you are undergoing this transformation, right? As you are calling in and welcoming and acknowledging community. There will be a reunion of souls taking place for some of you. You may be rekindling with someone from your past. You may be rekindling with someone who you may have never met before, but your soul has. Your soul has. And it's going to be incredibly healing. And allow that to be new. If it is someone from the past and it feels divinely led, it feels right, it's piquing your curiosity and you feel like there is a potential for healing there, then allow the experience to be new with this past person. Don't bring the past along with this past person. Allow this reunion to be a reunion of renewal, of two new selves coming together to get to know each other, to remember each other. We've also got past, present, and future. You may feel right now that you are just in this transitional state of being where you've got the past with you, you've got the present with you, you've got your future with you, all at once, all going on at once. You've got all these timelines taking place. But just know that it's all being healed. Your past is being healed. Your present is being healed. Your future is being healed. And also just like keep in mind that, you know, the past and the future are all taking place right now in the present. Really all there is the present moment, right? The past is being created in the present. The future is being created in the present. So please, you know, if you find yourself kind of scattered in all these different timelines, know that all there really is the present moment, and that the past and the future are illusions. Be present. Be here now. That is where your healing will be taking place, in the present moment. And also that is where you want to ground and root yourself in, is the present moment, because the present is the truth. That is where you are rooted in your truth, is in the present moment. And also it is in the present moment where you are your most powerful. Lastly, we've got masculine energy, which I find very, very interesting that we got both feminine and masculine taking place. So we've got this duality right now, right? Of light and dark, of death and rebirth. So this is just an affirmation that this upcoming week is that transformative week where we've got these dualities present in our lives. And they always are present in our lives, but we're really going to feel it. It's really going to be eminent and prominent this upcoming week as we have the retrograde and the lunar eclipse. And healing masculine energy, tuning into your masculine, is tuning into your inner, is stepping into your power, right? Reclaiming your power, reclaiming your liberation, your freedom, reclaiming yourself and your sovereignty, right? Taking initiative for your life, taking on that leadership role for your life, not depending on others for answers, for direction. It's you being able to depend on you confidently. Masculine energy is confident. It takes leadership. It makes moves. It takes initiative. And the feminine affirms the masculine as it's making its moves, as it's moving in the world, as it's taking action. The feminine is affirming divine protection, is affirming divine guidance, is affirming divine presence, is tuning into emotion, into spirit. And the masculine energy is grounded in the reality. The feminine is grounded in the potential, the higher potential, right? It's this beautiful synergy. What do we focus on surrendering this upcoming week? What is the collective called to focus on surrendering this upcoming week? What is the collective call to focus on surrendering this upcoming week? What is the collective call to focus on surrendering this upcoming week? Okay. Let me just make sure that this is still filming, because I experience technical difficulties sometimes, and also we've got the retrograde, so we want to be making sure that we are, looking out for technicalities. All right. Let's finish up this reading. We've got surrender comparisons with other people. Keep your eyes trained on yourself. Focus on your strengths, attractiveness, and power, right? Focus on yourself. Focus on yourself. Be so focused and busy focusing on yourself. Be so busy investing your time and energy on your own transformation, your own ascension, that you don't even have time to be focused on what other people got going on comparing yourself to them, right? We are all on our own divine journeys, and everything is in divine order. And there's really no need for you to be comparing yourself with other people, because it's honestly a waste of time. It's a waste of energy. It's a waste of focus, where you could just be focusing on your own journey, your own self, your own strengths, your own power. Surrender to silence. Again, this energy of stillness. We've got the stillness card somewhere. Oh, I thought we got a stillness card. Am I tripping? Oh no, here. Right? It's in the stillness. And it's also in the druid energy of holding the space. For us to be holding space for silence. For us to be still and silent. Because it is often in stillness, in silence, in solitude, where we are able to gain the clarity that we seek. Where we are able to really call in divine guidance, divine intervention, divine protection. In quiet meditation or contemplation, let go and enter the stillness within. Silence can heal and replenish you. We've got surrender to joy. A key to positive change in your life is to let joy in and savor it. Indulge in random acts of smiling during both the hard and easy times. Keep surrendering to more joy. Joy has actually been coming up a lot for me as a channeled message over the past few weeks, is like the importance of allowing ourselves to experience joy. And I know that this has come up also in recent energy readings. But y'all, I know it can be difficult for you to allow yourself to experience joy during difficult times, but it's important for us to allow ourselves to experience joy. Because in joy, we are able to relax, we are able to ease, we are able to let go of tension, right? Often when we don't allow ourselves to experience joy, and we're like so just caught up in what's going on, right? In the challenges, in the uncertainty in our thoughts, we become tense. And that tensity creates blockages, right? It creates confusion. It fogs up our clarity. So look at joy as a spiritual practice that allows you to gain clarity, that allows you to ease up and enter a state of flow. Surrender to the wisdom of your body. Listen to your body's messages about a person or a situation. If you feel physically drained or uncomfortable, be cautious. If you are energized and happy, move forward, right? This is also us connecting with our emotions, right? Because our body and our emotions are in tune with each other. It is through our body that we are able to feel our emotions. So again, so much wisdom in our emotions, so much wisdom in our body. Communicate with your body this week. Communicate with your feelings this week. Hold space for it. Prioritize it. Surrender to the magic of who you are, right? This is us stepping into our power, stepping into our masculine, also our feminine. We all have magic in us, even in the mundane aspects of life. Remember that you are a magical being with a uniqueness and worth that comes from just being you. Some of you may be feeling unworthy. Some of you may be feeling powerless. Some of you may be feeling like there's no magic in your life. There's nothing special, nothing exciting. It's just, it may be feeling mundane. It may be feeling boring. It may be feeling unexciting. It may be feeling worthless. But y'all, your external circumstances do not define how magical you are. Your external circumstances do not define how worthy you are, how special you are, how powerful you are. All of that comes from within. Don't allow your external circumstances to define you. No. You are magical. Surrender to the magic of who you are. Surrender your attachment to results. The formula for success is to do all you can to make things happen, then let go of the results. Holding on too tightly, right? That tensity, that tensing up, holding on too tightly to a desired outcome can sabotage it. Y'all, it's really on us to simply do our best, to simply try our best, do what we can with what we have, set our intentions, right? Be intentional, move with intention, and then surrender, right? Try our best, and then let our spirit guides, let our spirit team, let our angels, let all of the universe, whatever higher power it is you believe in, co-create, collaborate with you, because it's not all on you. If you really think that it's all on you to create your life, like you are the one that has all the power to be making the moves and to make things happen, you are wrong, and I can say that with confidence. It's not all on you, and that's something that should bring forth ease for you. The fact that it's not all on you. It doesn't depend all on you. And you are not alone in manifesting your life. There are higher powers. There is a divine intelligence that created all life, that is continuing to create your life. So remind yourself that, right? Remind yourself that it's on you to just do your best and let go. Surrender your attachment to results and just allow your efforts, your intentions, your intentional way of being, your intentional actions to guide you to where it is that you are meant to be. And trust that in you trying your best, that is enough, and that is going to guide you to where and who you are meant to be. I'm not going to shuffle the deck for more affirmations because we've got plenty here and this is already a long reading. So let's get into our affirmations. Divine wisdom guides me. There we go. Divine guidance continuously being affirmed throughout this reading. I am guided throughout this day in making the right choices. Divine intelligence continuously guides me in the realization of my goals. I am safe. Divine protection. Hello. I release all criticism. I only give out that which I wish to receive in return. My love and acceptance to others is mirrored to me in every moment. Are you criticizing yourself? Are you criticizing others? Release those criticisms. Release. Release. You are not one to be criticizing. You are not one to be judging. Not judging yourself or others. I am willing to change. There we go, us affirming our transformation. I am willing to release old negative beliefs. They are only thoughts that stand in my way. My new thoughts are positive and fulfilling. My new thoughts are positive and fulfilling. It's only a thought, and a thought can be changed. Look at our thoughts being emphasized in these affirmations that are in divine order. I am not limited by any past thinking. I choose my thoughts with care. I constantly have new insights and new ways of looking at my world. I am willing to change and grow. Look how beautiful it is in these affirmations that are bringing up release and willingness to change and let go and not be tied down or limited to our past selves, to past thoughts, to past patterns, right? It's this shedding of old skin. It's this transformation. It's this renewal, this rebirth, this death that is continuously being affirmed throughout this reading. And it's so beautiful. There is no blame. I release the need to blame anyone, including myself. We are all doing the best we can with the understanding, knowledge, and awareness we have. There it is again, the emphasis of us doing our best with what we have, with where we are in this moment, and allowing our best to be enough, and not only applying that to ourselves, but to others too. Our best is different than someone else's best, and that is just facts. And our best today is going to be different than our best tomorrow. And the same applies to everyone else, right? We are all doing the best we can with the awareness, knowledge, and understanding that we currently have. Whew, y'all, this was a beautiful affirmative reading for the upcoming retrograde, for the upcoming eclipse in Scorpio that we have taking place on the 15th or 16th, depending on where you are. And y'all, this is just a reading that is affirming the transformations that are taking place, right? This is affirming that it's time for us to release, to let go, to shed old skin, and really be reborn, renewed in all areas of our lives. And this is a time, again, for us to be grounding ourselves in the truth, in the faith that all is well, and really calling in divine order, divine protection, divine guidance, divine intervention. My neighbors are here, and it's time for them to play today, and it's a cue for us to end this reading. Thank you all so much for being here. I thank you for bringing me into your present moment. Remember to surrender to joy, to go out and play, to have faith that all is in divine order in your life. You're not behind. Everything is right on time. You are exactly where you're meant to be. What is meant for you will not miss you. Just allow yourself to remain in a state of flow. Don't hold on to what is no longer meant to be, because it's only going to hold you back. This is the time. The time is now. This is the week where we are moving onward and upward to newness, to unknowns, to change. And change is good. Change is good. All right, y'all. I'm probably going to do a part 2 next weekend. This is part 1. As always, I'm going to put timestamps in the description below for us to be referring back to this reading throughout the week. I pray that this reading brings forth confidence and clarity and confirmation to you throughout the week. And if you did resonate with one or more of these messages, I would love to know which ones in the comments below. You already know I love cultivating and creating community in the comments with you all. Again, thank you for being here. I am so honored to receive and relay these messages to you. I'm looking forward to all our divine transformations. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye.